As much as we love our canine protectors, they aren't the only ones who can defend you and your home. Today, we're going to take a look at some of the more unusual species that can get the job done just as well as your dog, and in some ways, even better, and with much less time and training. And you know us, we like to start with the very smallest and work our way up to the biggest guns as the list goes on. So, let's start with our scaly friends first. Snakes. The reptile lovers will be happy to hear that snakes are very efficient at scaring the crooks away from your car. We're not talking about the venomous ones here. Just a well-fed, lazy python chilling out in the passenger seat is enough to have a man running. Even if the thief knows perfectly well that the snake isn't venomous, 90% of people will rather try for another car than to get in a vehicle with a creature that is ingrained in our DNA to fear. You can't leave them slithering through your house freely, but even a few tanks in full view of a window that a peeper looks through will do the job. The reptiles don't have to do a thing. Their reputation and the fear that they instill in people is more than adequate for most to rather go somewhere else to find what they're looking for. Parrots. African greys, or any parrot that can talk, is usually kept for companionship and to teach them a bunch of swear words. Because, let's face it, a parrot shouting profanities will never not be funny. But they can be a very good deterrent for intruders too. Any disturbance in the home is going to set a bird off. And if it's a bird that's been taught to mimic your words, that'll be the first noise it will make, the words that you taught it. There are thousands of accounts of women being attacked in their homes only for the attackers to be chased off because they thought that someone they didn't count on was in the home too. Meanwhile, it's the parrot at the back speaking in a low voice of its male owner. Teach your bird to shout warnings or to ring like a telephone. If someone does break in at night, they will be alerted, and nothing wakes us up more efficiently than an annoying ringing. A few good curses won't go amiss either. If you're training an alarm, you might as well have fun with it after all. Ducks and geese. Now for something a little more aggressive. The tiny and ferocious duck. They're good for much more than terrorizing your children, sending them screaming for their lives across the lawn. Ducks and geese will accept you as the hand that feeds them and consider you a strange yet familiar part of their flock. But anyone else who comes in will be deemed an enemy. Free-ranging ducks are used on farmsteads all across the world for their use as guard dogs, both against intruders and predators. Geese are still used in Scotland to guard distilleries, as they have for hundreds of years. From a sensory standpoint, their sight and hearing are both better than that of canines, so it is unsurprising that they are the ones to notice trespassers first on the farm. A stranger that doesn't feed them will not go unnoticed. They will raise hell if someone steps foot in your yard, making so much noise that it'll wake up half of the neighborhood. They are better suited for homes that are a little removed from their neighbors, just because they are so incredibly loud. But these feathery demons are alert, vocal, and certainly much braver than their size would make you think. Of all our options today, ducks and geese make for the best alarms of the lot. And between the birds and the snakes, they round off our options for animals that can be kept with neighbors in close proximity. Emus and ostriches. Emus and ostriches can be kept in neighborhood settings, since they aren't all that noisy, but you'll need a massive yard to keep them. An ostrich's brain is smaller than its eye, and that makes for a very stupid yet fearless and vicious adversary to be standing off against. Both emus and ostriches have been known to storm at passing cars, killing themselves because they see the passing metal hull as a threat to their flock. Seriously, there's absolutely no sense of fear with these guys. Not even Usain Bolt can outrun them. And they've been known to kill trespassers who weren't expecting a 300-pound pterodactyl jumping on their backs with 4-inch long talons digging into their necks. Any bird raised from a chick will imprint on their owners. Yes, they are more aggressive by nature, and their size makes them harder to handle. But if done right, you will learn to handle them and even end up enjoying these feisty murder birds. Pigs. Your delicious bacon has a few more uses than just being tasty. Pigs are highly intelligent, ranking higher than canines, and they're almost as smart as dolphins are. In the past, they've successfully been trained as guides for the visually impaired, landmine detectors for military operations, and as general service animals for people with medical conditions like epilepsy. Having a herd of dogs run wild on your property is going to cause all kinds of havoc, but a single pig, raised and trained alongside dogs, is actually a very feasible and proven effort to undertake if you want a smart, trainable animal to keep your property safe. Pigs as pets, outside of the sty, are pretty quiet if they don't have females in heat or other boars to contend with. Their enormous brains make them very cheeky and challenging to train. So they need to be introduced to your lead and commands as soon as they are weaned, and they will kill a beast or a man if they or their loved ones are threatened. If you've ever hunted boars, then you'll know exactly how deadly hogs can be. Donkeys, alpacas, and llamas. And finally, we have the equines. Donkeys are probably our favorite animal on this list. Donkeys are whip smart, just as much as dogs, and maybe even a little more so. And they are loyal to a fault. Farms run them along other livestock instead of herding dogs because they're just so much more effective than the canines are. A donkey will consider the herd, no matter what kind of animal they're run with, as one of their own. And unlike all of the other livestock, they don't instinctively run away from danger. No, they run towards it, even if it could potentially kill them to do so. They are willing to put their lives on the line to protect their own, but they rarely have to because donkeys don't often lose in a fight. Farmers have walked out to find wolves, lynxes, coyotes, and cougars kicked to death by their donkey guards. Llamas and alpacas fall into the same category as far as bravery and care needs go, but they don't quite reach the intelligence scale that donkeys do. So we group them together because they're so similar. But donkeys make for better, more loyal pets to humans. People make the mistake to think that bovines and equines are unintelligent because they are so hard-headed. But that stubbornness is actually the best indicator of intelligence, because nothing with half of a brain is going to go into a situation without weighing the pros and cons. The better you care for the animal, the more fiercely it will protect you. And yes, all equines can be trained. Actually, horses rank lower on the intelligence scale than donkeys, alpacas, and llamas. They're just bigger and more docile, so we've domesticated them for work more. Your donkey will love you to distraction if you care for it properly, and it will defend you with its life. Sometimes your space or your needs can't be fulfilled by a canine, and that's perfectly fine, because you do have options outside of a pit bull. You just need to get creative. Every single trainable animal will protect you. You just need to put in the time, the care, and maybe a little bit of love, and you'll be just as safe as the dog owner. And if you really can't spare the space, or your landlord won't allow it, then settle for an alarmed bird or a serpent to scare the living daylights out of the man that tries to rob you. This is Threat to Survival. Prepare today. Thrive tomorrow. Embrace the threat to survival.